What is going on, guys? Welcome back to another video. Hopefully everyone is having a brilliant day. In today's video we are going to be going over how to identify a higher time frame reversal in structure using Wyckoff. Okay, so in this example we are going to be using GBP USD, and I'm going to show you guys how I was able to identify this buy right here. Okay, so this trend change, the reversal that we got from the accumulation that occurred down here. And just to authenticate the call out that I showed you guys right here, I called this out on the Smart Money. I called this out on the YouTube live, I believe. And I also called this out in the Discord. So if you guys take a look at the Discord right here, I sent this into the Smart Money setups and general chat in here as well. So this was the analysis that I sent in, guys. Okay, so I was marking out phase A of Wyckoff right here, phase B, and then I was predicting how phase C was going to then play out. Okay, so I wanted a brick structure, and after the brick structure I wanted a retest down and then up, and I'm going to show you guys how I went about that. Okay, so let's take a look at GBP USD, and I'm just going to get rid of this right here, and let's take a look at GBP USD. So when we take a look at the higher time frame structure, we obviously understand that from this distribution up here, we were creating lower lows, okay, lower highs, lower lows, lower highs. So structure was bearish, and each of these expansions to the downside, okay, had meaningful volume behind it. So you can see the volume here was large enough, okay, large enough. Price ranges were increasing, volume was increasing. So the lows being made, okay, were pretty hefty, they were big. As we start approaching down here, you can see the trading range, okay, and the price ranges are getting tighter and tighter and tighter. And each low that's been made is pretty much failing to break the previous low, and it's taken multiple pullbacks before it breaks the previous low. So same thing right here, okay, and then to break this low it takes another pullback, etc. So price is starting to enter consolidation. This is basically phase A of Wyckoff, and where we can where we can start seeing the buying come in is around here. Okay, so in today I'm not going to mark out any of the events of Wyckoff. Okay, we're going to keep it short and simple. So even if you don't understand the events, we're just going to take a look at the functions of what was occurring here. Obviously I did mark out the events in the Discord. Okay, I did go in a bit more detail in that chart, but right now I'm just going to keep it very, very simple. But obviously if we're taking a look at this area right here, this is where we start seeing the preliminary support. So this is where we can start seeing some potential interest, okay, of buyers coming in, and then we see the selling climax, which is made from this move right here. Okay, so what's the selling climax? This is basically a huge, okay, volume of sellers getting in. Okay, so there's basically fear behind this move. Okay, everyone looking to sell, but straight away it's met by the automatic rally. So okay, so the buyers start coming in. Okay, so you can see substantial amount of buyers starting to come in, and every move after that, okay, is a secondary test. Okay, so basically we're testing the demand in here. Okay, so all of that, once again, doesn't matter. What you have to understand in this phase A, what we're looking for is, first of all, signs of buyers coming in. Okay, and volume is very, very important, and that's something that we're going to be looking at. Okay, a lot. Signs of buyers coming in. Let's take a look at this node right here, and this is why I marked it the PS right here. In order for us to see in order for us to be able to mark this out as a true PS, we need to see the relationship between price and volume. What do we see right here? This move here. Look at the volume node that we see right here. Obviously the arrow isn't the cleanest arrow right there, but look at the volume node. So clearly buyers are starting to come in. Okay, then the seller's climax. Once again, look at the relationship between price and volume. Large sellers node right here. Okay, and we can also see the candle itself, the price range is large to the downside. Okay, so huge sellers momentum right here. After that, then for me nothing is really important. Okay, when we go into phase B, okay, now phase A is basically us trying to stop the trend. Okay, the previous trend, that's all it's doing. We're trying to stop the previous trend. In phase B, it's called the build up. Okay, so this is where we're building up, and this is where smart money is accumulating their orders, okay, in order to reverse and take price higher. Okay, so right here down below here, we're at discounted prices. So we're accumulating orders at discounted prices in order to take prices to the upside. That's all they're doing right here. In phase C, is the test. Okay, basically that's when we're looking if we're ready or not to actually end up taking price up higher. So in phase C, this is where you're going to notice when you get the breaker structure, okay, and then you get the test, spring, etc. Okay, as I said, we're not going to go over detail into the emphasis. That's just going to be covered on the course instead. Okay, so what we have right here, up until here, nothing really is of interest for me. If we use the replay tool to make things simple, all I can do right here is I can clearly mark out a box. If I can mark out a box like this, if I can mark out a range like this, things are not important for me here until I see a clear break of structure, either to downside or upside, because up until now, this could just be a redistribution and we could potentially take price even down further. So the break of structure is important for me to see where does it break first. Okay. So I can see straight away we get a CMT right here. So if we break structure even down and we kind of drop to the 1 hour time frame, what do we have? We have a sort of area of consolidation. Okay, so just take a look at this portion price action. We have this area of consolidation. So I refine it and I see manipulation to the downside, clearing the low, clearing the low, clearing the low. Okay, and then straight away we're met with high pressure to the upside. Notice the volume right here. Remember, in order to really truly understand Wyckoff, you need to understand the relationship between price and volume. A lot of traders that I see at trading Wyckoff are simply trading based off patterns. Wyckoff isn't just simply a pattern that you're trying to spot. You need to see the volume behind it as well. Okay, that's very, very important. And that's what a lot of people trading Wyckoff these days are actually failing to see. All they're doing is actually just trading a pattern if you're not using the volume. Okay, this is very, very important. So we can see, okay, after this move, huge buyers, huge buying volumes coming in. Once again, huge buying volumes coming in. Clearly, there's interest here, okay, and the buyers are starting to take control. Technically, as well, we're breaking structure to the upside. Okay, and we've cleared multiple highs. After that, what I'd be looking for is buys. As we retrace back in, we're looking for buys. Okay. Now in this setup alone, I wasn't actually trading the market at the time because as you guys know, we don't really trade December, so we took a break, and now obviously we are back now, 10th of January. So yeah, with that being said, we're back sending signals from today, guys. So if you guys are interested in the signals, you know where to head, fuacademy.io, and get access to the signals package for only €30. But so obviously I wasn't trading this, and I didn't send this out as a signal or anything like that. I simply just sent this as a chart because I know a couple of you guys were still trading, so I kind of wanted to give you the heads up here. But yeah, so after we got that breaker structure here, we'd still be waiting, and we wait for price to retest. Okay, I want to see price retesting this area before making a move. Now obviously the area I would be looking to buy from would have probably been here, and in that scenario it would have clapped me. I'm looking at it from a realistic perspective, and this is what I would have done. And I know if I was trading this setup, I would have taken a loss here, because that would have that would be the area. Okay, that's the institutional candle on the 2 hour time frame where I would have looked to buy right there. Upon failing, I would wait for price to see. Here it was starting to look like, okay, potentially price could break down, okay, and break structure and eventually clear the liquidity below. But I waited for price to see what it would do, and what do I see? A 4 hour institutional candle and a scenario number 1 setup, bearish, bullish, engulfing candle. Okay, once I see this, boom, this is where I look to buy. Clearly, we've tried multiple times to clear these lows. Okay, we've tried multiple times to break structure downside, and we failed. And the last time we did it, we are met with a bullish engulfing candle. Okay, so clearly buyers are in control right here. And what do? Tap in for scenario number 1 setup, 4 hour, and what do we see? After that, price away it goes. We break structure, and after that, once we get the confirmation of break of structure here, okay, and we start seeing signs of strength, I would simply then be looking to buy on each of the pullbacks. Okay, so then I'll just be looking to buy on each of the pullbacks. So any demands that we have right here, so I see another area of demand right here, that's an institutional candle. That would be another area I'd look to be buying from, and as you can see, boom, there you go. Now there's multiple times where you could have refined these setups, okay, onto the lower time frame and gotten higher risk to reward. But what we're trying to do here is we're not actually focusing on the entry. What we're trying to do is we're trying to be able to identify when is price going to start slowing down, and when are we going to get a trend reversal. And that's what we did on the 4 hour. And from there on, now we look for buys up until we start seeing a better area, okay, a major area of supply to the top at premium pricing, okay, or eventually we could take out the liquidity above these highs, you know, fill in the inefficient price action that we have right here, etc., etc. Okay, But this allows me then, after I establish 4-hour trend, now I can drop down to my 15-minute, 1 hour, etc. And I can trade those lower time frame setups, and I can get some pretty decent risk rewards on these trades. And there was multiple setups that you could have traded here. I mean, there was a buy setup here, buy setup here. That was an institutional candle there. So multiple setups that you could have traded. Okay. We're obviously not going to go into the entries in this video, but hopefully you guys understand how to spot reversals using Wyckoff accumulation. And the distribution is the exact same thing turned around. Now, if you're having trouble with identifying Wyckoff, I simply have my charts right above my head. So if I ever seem to forget what a move does or what it looks like, etc., I simply just take a quick glance up above my head, and it gives me a basis to build to build it from. Now, obviously, you get to a point where you simply are very efficient, and you can just tell after you see sort of accumulation like this in a breakish structure, okay, and that's all it's simply doing. You're seeing an accumulation, a consolidation, okay, a lateral range, and you see breakish structures and manipulation of lows. That's when you know you're pretty much in an accumulation, and the rest is history. You get into that buy. Okay, so that's pretty much it for this video. Hopefully you guys enjoyed. Once again, guys, don't forget to drop a like on the video, subscribe, and also follow me on Instagram, moyad02. And with that being said, hopefully you guys have a great day. Bye bye.